Well, I was diagnosed when I was 10 or 11, and it was a complete fluke. My mom took me to my pediatrician for like respiratory infection or whatever, and we're standing at the counter getting ready to leave, and obviously my back's turned towards the doctor, and he just kind of went, "You need to come back. Something's not quite right. You're not standing straight." And so he took me back into the exam room, bend over, touch your toes, measure here, measure there. And he's like, "Well, you have scoliosis." And mom's like, she goes, "Well, my grandfather, or her father, my grandfather has it." And that's my mom's dad in 77. And you can see how curved he was. And she's like, "Oh, well, that would make sense. My dad's got it." And within a year or two, it progressed quite significantly. And we went to an orthopedic specialist, and he's like, "Well, we need to put you in a Boston brace." And it did progress. It progressed to 47. So at that point, we knew we had to do surgery. And then in May of 93, I was fused from T3 to L2 with Herrington rods. Now, being an adult, looking back on it, surgery's invasive. Like, there's that whole risk factor that I didn't even understand as a child. So I knew if I ever had kids, I'd have to watch for it.
We do believe there's a genetic link or a genetic predisposition to develop scoliosis. And that we do know. So if there is somebody in the family that does have scoliosis, you want to be extra careful. But we also see families that have no other person with scoliosis, only one person gets it. So there is not that genetic cause, but there is a genetic link to it. And that's that concept is, because Victoria's mom has scoliosis, there is a concern about, or was her developing scoliosis. They were looking for it. They were very concerned about it from the very beginning.
We started to notice that there was a little bit of a curve. So we watched it for a year, and then one day we were fixing her hair or something, and we took her to the room and had her bend over, touch her toes, and we noticed the signs of the right-sided hump and the curvature. So we took her, got her x-rays, and noticed that the shoulder dip and all that stuff, and had the doctor do the x-rays and get back to us. And we were lucky enough at the time, what we thought was a blessing, to get back into Shriners, because my wife was in Shriners. And going through Shriners, their option was put her in a brace and we'll watch her. I started doing my own research, started getting on blogs and stuff like that, and a young lady says if I was interested in some, kept an open mind, would I look into alternate treatment? And so that's when I did the research and found clear spine, and it was just breath of fresh air. That's what we decided.
I mean, here we are 20 years later, right? Victoria's mom gets a Boston brace, curve progresses, has a fusion in her spine, and even after fusion, we're seeing that her curve is still progressing, unfortunately. To go through all that and your curve still worsens. And they're recommending the exact same thing. I would be motivated as a parent to try to find something different, because why would I put my daughter through what I already went through, and now she's in pain and having problems as a result of this? You would be very motivated in trying to find something.
Surgery's invasive. Like, there's that whole risk factor that I didn't even understand as a child. Now, I'm having residual problems from it 30 years later, and I want to prevent that with my daughter as much as I can. When we saw Dr. Tony's webpage and some of the testimonials and some of the before and after pictures, and then when we stopped in for an evaluation, and he's like, "Your daughter's got so much potential to get reduced because she's so young," that sealed the deal. I'm like, if you can reduce her to the point where she doesn't need surgery and she doesn't have to wear a brace her entire life, let's do it.
So with Victoria, even though she's young, we take it just as seriously, because we know the big wave is coming when she typically hits puberty, when she goes through her rapid growth spurt. So we're just starting with her care right now, and we know we have a long way to go, but we want to get in front of it as fast as we can.
He has been really amazing, and he's really been helping me with the scoliosis. I am down 7 degrees now, and the brace has really been helping me.
The staff here is just amazing. They walked her through each step of the way, and now she literally just jumps in and does it. I mean, she knows what she has to do. She knows it's going to make her better. And watching her is just, watching how strong she is, it's just amazing.
It's also a confidence boost for her, because she's noticing that, I don't just have to wear this brace. I'm getting stronger, I'm building muscles, I'm going to be able to be better later in life.
this family is making the right choices to get the right reductions, to prepare themselves to be at the right time when they go through growth, the smallest possible curve, as opposed to the inverse.
She's not broken. She can run and jump and have fun. She can have a normal life. She's just got to wear this like brace temporarily, and then, you know, she'll be good as gold with the rest of them.